Happy solstice to everyone. I wanted to come in here to just share a couple of thoughts about the winter solstice and the beginning of this new season. First of all, everybody always talks about the 21st of December as this very depressing day because it's shorter. And I started looking a couple of years ago, if not last year, um, at the 21st as actually a beautiful day because although it is shorter per se that day, it is actually making way to light to come in. So from tomorrow on, the days are getting longer until we get to, the spring and the summer. The other thing is that obviously we are going to be celebrating the end of the Gregorian calendar year. So 2025 will end on the 31st and 2026 will begin on the 1st. But I also look at the ancient calendars where 13 months, and because of the 13 moons and 13 signs, and the new year is in March. And to me, that makes a lot more sense when you look at the rhythm of nature, because, for example, today is the first day of winter. So we move from that crispy air with colors, which was in the fall, to now a very icy feeling with no leaves on trees, and everything feels a little colder and cooler tones, and the sun feels further away. And all of this is to really make space for the new things to come, because in the new year, in spring, rebirth can happen, because rebirth needs space and room to do so. So you have to get rid of the old leaves and you have to get rid of the old things. And of course, I'm not talking about the evergreen trees, for example, but I'm talking about the majority of things, like when animals go into resting mode, so they in hibernation, and then the spring comes and they're awakening again. All these things really reflect the rhythm, and our bodies and our lives are so out of rhythm. We are go go go. We have lights all the time. We have lights when it's dark. We're not really treasuring anything anymore, but we can still find the rhythm within us. So I would like to just propose this to you, if you want to. Look at today as a beautiful day. Honor that it's the beginning of a new season that will allow you to maybe take a bit of time to check in and to make more time to stand still rather than run. Just take the moment, take the opportunity to be more inwards when it's darker. So during the day, you of course go to work, and I know in many countries, and I lived in the UK, so I know this too well. You finish, you get it out of the house at 7 and it's dark, and you get into work, and then you get out of work after 5 or 6 and it's dark, because it gets dark at 4, and it can feel very depressing. But I think that maybe let's just sometimes we can't control certain things, right? The times that we have. But if you have the opportunity on the weekend to actually make time to honor your circadian rhythm, so trying to wake up with the light, and then normally, depending where you are, it could be between 7 and 8. So even if it's just an extra hour sleep, it's fine, because we also don't want to oversleep on weekends. That actually makes us more tired and messes up with our circadian rhythm. But try to get into bed early, wake up with the light, and then throughout the day, just do the things you have to do when it's very much sunlight, including meals, by the way. And then when it gets dark again, take the time to just ground. And if you have the opportunity to put candle lights on, especially today, if you're at home, just do that for the evening. Put some candle lights on and enjoy the fantastic feeling of being in the moment. And that darkness, actually, it's just space for light to come in, because really darkness doesn't exist. Darkness also has light. So we can look at all these things and just make a ritual out of it that is much more positive than being complaining about the fact that it's shorter days and it's winter. And every day from tomorrow, the days will get longer, and you start noticing 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. And it makes a massive impact. I really feel like I looked at it this way last year, and I didn't feel the sad, And for me, and I love Winter Solstice, as I love all the events that take us from one place to another. But for me, it's really hard right now because I don't particularly love Christmas. And I actually shouldn't say I don't love Christmas, but I'll talk about this in the podcast I'm recording for Tuesday, because it's not so much that I don't love Christmas, but it's just I actually, because I don't celebrate it in the way that most people celebrate it, I enjoy certain memories that come with it, like the memories with my grandmother and having meals together on the 24th and a lunch on the 25th and the family gathering together. Like, that was special because it was an opportunity. And I think now what I like to hold on to is that, in a way, that practice that, the world is still for a day, like a Christmas Day, nobody works, or just like on the 1st of January, nobody works. And it's like we are able to make space for things to come in and to happen and to be with other people, because nobody's rushing around, going to work, going to the office, going to shopping, like, oh my God, there's no shops open. Wow. So it's nice. And I kind of miss that in this particular time of my life. And now, again, I'll share it on the podcast now here, but I wanted to just talk about solstice. And I think if we start looking at this beautiful day as an opportunity to bring light in and just, honor the start of winter, that time when we can connect and slow down and figure things out, and then smile, be peaceful, be connected, be present, and just enjoy the light that is coming in. So let me know if you put the candles on. If you do, just put a photo, tag me. I love to see. Tonight I started last night actually. I put beautiful candle lights on, and it was so nice. That light was so soothing. And if you do the same, yeah, let me know. I'd love to see it. All right, guys, big kiss, and I'll see you soon. Bye.